Hi, I'm here at the house of Emídio Tembé, which is in the village of Cajueiro, 3 hours drive on rough roads south of Paragominas, 5 to 6 hours bus drive from Belém, in the heart of the Brazilian Amazon. In this village there are about 30 families. The language is Tembé, also known as Tenitahara. The chief of the village estimates that there are around 15 fluent speakers of Tembé left in this village, and a total of 150 on the Indian Reserve here in this area around me. Some of the families still use Tembé with their children, but by and large they have switched to Portuguese. However, there's a good awareness that the language is falling from use, and so we've been invited into the village to help document the language and make recordings and translations for preserving the language for the long-term future. I'm here with Katie and Isaac, two young adults who have been travelling in Amazon, and they've offered to help, and they have better Portuguese than me and have been able to ease the way and really been a great support. And I'm in the meantime trying to interest them in the pressing challenge of language preservation. We've been here for 4 days now. The first day was a ceremony which preparations began at 7 a.m. and then the ceremony itself 7 p.m. through till 7 a.m. the next day. That was pretty exhausting, although we didn't manage to stay up through the whole night. Many of the locals did with their singing and dancing. The day began with preparations of food and with painting people, and as you see I've been painted up here in my eyes, and also I have nice decoration tattoo on my arm. This has been done with a bark, sap from a tree, and will last about a week, I hope. And at 7 p.m. Festivities began. There was a row of men playing maracas, shaking these, and chanting and singing, while younger people danced in pairs around a pole underneath this open roofed structure. And that whole thing lasted 12 hours. We videoed that at their request, and we'll be leaving copies behind for them. Since that time, we've been busy scouting out fluent speakers of Tembé. We've been walking around, meeting people in this area around me here, asking who speaks well, who knows the stories. And more often than not, people say that they don't speak that well, or they don't remember the stories, and that I should speak to so-and-so. It's a limited number of people. We've found one monolingual, but haven't succeeded in recording him yet because of the difficulty in explaining our purpose. So that has to be done yet. His name is Piri. The others that we have managed to record so far are Emídio, Pulutu, Augustine, and Elias. It's been hard for us to communicate with women who wouldn't interact directly. However, we've trained Sydney, a 25-year-old man, and he has made recordings of Duzanet and Casey for us. We've done all the recording on mobile phones equipped with our iComma app, and I'll just show you that briefly. We start the app and see a screen like this, and we show them to press the top left icon for recording. And then when they're ready, they just put the phone to their ear and speak normally. The microphone is at a perfect distance and it's off axis, so we don't get noise of the pops and other things when people speak, and we get a good quality recording. We can save the recording, give it a name, save it, and then we can listen back to it. And this is what we've done to show them the result of their recording. They just put the phone to their ear and speak normally. The microphone is... After that, we teach them how to do a translation. This involves a different section of the app. They listen to Let Me Choose a Good Story. I'm just scrolling down. Here we are. Listen to a recording. After listening to a phrase, then they record a translation, then listen to more, and continue to translate. This way we get a time-aligned audio translation of the original source. And that means that even if the language falls out of use completely, we will always have access to the meaning of the recording. People found the application very easy to use. It took about a minute of training with this thumb pressing app that I just showed you, and then people were using it very easily. And interestingly, this provided motivation in itself. It wasn't necessary for us to explain at any length about the importance of documenting the language or the method for using the technology. In both cases, it was almost immediate, and we got good results, and we're easily able to collect a significant amount of stories with their translations. Our experience living here has been really interesting, slightly challenging with the heat. We've had the benefit of a river nearby, a tributary to the Amazon, and we swim there daily to cool off while kids play around us and dive off trees. Functioning in Portuguese has been a challenge for me, and I've benefited from Katie's and Isaac's help there. We've enjoyed a variety of local fruit, including something I'd never seen before called cupuaçu, which is like a large or smallish watermelon in size. Very different in content, very sort of a zesty, sharp, bitter flavour, and we later on added some sugar and made a delicious milkshake with that, and hope to try some more of that. This was my first experience of sleeping in a hammock, and I found that surprisingly comfortable. I was initially apprehensive about being able to actually function here easily, given that it's so different to anything I've experienced before. But actually it cools off at night, and there were few insects to bother us. So it's actually been surprisingly comfortable. Tomorrow morning we hope to get an early car out so that we can travel the 9 hours or so back into Belém, and once there we will make extra copies of our materials and deposit them in the museum. Overall, our experience has been somewhat sad to see that a language is fading and the culture with it. To see language decline in progress is just a disappointing fact of life and the way things are changing in many parts of the world. However, we have managed to preserve some of the language, many stories of the older people with translation, and we hope that this will be a resource that people in future would be able to use in order to learn about their cultural heritage.